Citizen FM 93.7. Looking for the best in news updates?
Yeah, man.
Listen to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Now listen. News on the hour. 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and 11 a.m. 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. News at noon, 12 noon. News from across the states, 4 p.m. And our major news at 6 p.m. Citizen FM 93.7. Always precise.
Citizen FM. Abuja.
Time is 12 o'clock.
Time for news on the hour.
Good afternoon and welcome to Citizen FM News at noon. I am Jessica Bassi. The National Association of Resident Doctors has declared a total of indefinite strike action. The resident doctor listed their demands to include the immediate payment of the 2023, the immediate release of the circular on 1-for-1 replacement, and the payment of skipping arrears. The list also noted the upward review of CONMES in line with the full salary restoration to the 2014 value of CONMES. The payment of the arrears for the consequential adjustment of the minimum to the omitted doctors and the reversal of the downgrading of the membership certified by the MDCN. Other demands are the payment of the FRT, new hazard allowance, skipping and implementation of corrected CONMES in state tertiary health institution and the payment of omitted hazard allowance arrears. The federal government says it has been detected 1,618 civil servants with fake employment letters in its effort to block leakages and incessant infiltration of ghost workers in the civil service. This was disclosed by the head of service of the Federation, Folashade Yemi Esan, on Tuesday while speaking during a media parley ahead of the 2023 Civil Service Week. She said the discovery was made after the introduction of the control mechanism set up by the service to address loopholes identified in the integrated personnel and payroll personnel information systems. According to the head of state, 69,854 officers have been captured in the core ministries, departments and agencies across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country and the Federal Capital Territory. She added that the exercise has recorded continuous suspension of officers from the IPPIS platforms for not upholding their records. Yemi Ezan also disclosed that government was working towards an upward review of the duty toll allowances for civil servants. The federal government will transform Nigeria's food systems and agro-value chain with over $500 million mobilized through domestic resources, multilateral development banks, and international financial institutions. Vice President Kashim Shettima made the disclosure while chairing a high-level meeting on the first day of the United Nations Food Systems Summit, declared open in Rome, Italy, by the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. He said the fund will be used for innovation finance for food system transformation development of Nigeria's agricultural value chain and special agro-industrial progressing zones programs. The Nigerian Bar Association has described as despicable Tuesday's scuffle between operatives of the Department of State Service and officers of Nigerian's Correctional Service over the custody of the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. NBA President Yabuku Magiau, in a statement on Wednesday, called on 2 agencies to take immediate disciplinary measures against the officers, including the disgraceful conduct. He said the altercation between the officers of 2 government agencies on the premises of the Federal High Court in Lagos is a recipe for anarchy and chaos. adding that it was a bizarre disrespect for the sanctity of the court premises. On Tuesday, the secret police and prison officials caused a stir when they clashed on the court premises over the agency to take custody of the suspended Embassy Apex bank chief after Justice Nicholas Weibo admitted Emefiele to bail in the sum of 20 million naira.
Because of our delay or difficulty in perfecting the bail conditions, the prison service are under a duty and legal obligation to take him to Ikoyi prisons. Now, Ikoyi prisons is not far away. It's a government institution for incarceration. Why they want him in their own custody is what beats my imagination. But what is most devastating is the fact that you come to court, bring a man on a 2-count charge, the court sees it at its discretion to grant bail, and you still want to take the person out of the custody of the court because the court has said take him to correctional center.
Nigerian Police Force (NPF) has unveiled an app, Police VGS Quick Emergency Report and Response System, aimed at tackling various dimensions of crime and criminalities in the country. It is a smart policing initiative aimed at revolutionization of police response to emergencies and ensuring swift and efficient action in critical situations. At the event, the Acting Inspector General of Police, Olukayinde Igbetokun, said the Police VGS, an additional option to the already launching of the C4I NPF Rescue Me app, represents the epitome of Nigeria's police commitment to the security and safety of members of the public. He urged Nigerians to embrace the innovation wholeheartedly, stressing that its adoption will impact police services significantly.
The app, Police VGS Emergency Response and Reporting System that we are unveiling today, is one of the many other apps that will be coming in the days ahead. This innovation is not just about taking advantage of technology. It represents the epitome of our commitment to the security and safety of members of the public in Nigeria. Today, I urge everyone resident in Nigeria to embrace this innovation wholeheartedly. The adoption of the police VGS in our policing strategies and its acceptance by members of the public is expected to impact significantly on our services, as it will enable us to render timely assistance when it matters most.
The lawmakers representing Edo North, Adams Oshomole, has apologized to the Senate for allegations of vandalism leveled against his colleagues. Oshomole had alleged that members of the 9th National Assembly catered away items in the various offices, including rugs. However, at the plenary on Tuesday, Senator Adeola Solomon moved the motion demanding an apology from Oshomole. Senator Adamu Aliero, PDP, Kebbi Central, supported Adeola, saying that Oshomole should apologize. Oshomole, in his submission, apologized for his comments, saying he defended the Senate during his television interview under the reference rather than indicating senators of the 9th Senate for looting their offices.
On this program, distinguished senator told the whole world that we looted our office. The chairs, tables, televisions were carted away by the senators. They should come up, stand up, and apologize publicly to this Senate and to Nigerians for that comment that has been made. All items in the office of each senator, every year such item depreciates to the tune of 25%. So at the end of 4 years, the book value becomes zero. Then you are given the right to either accept or reject the offer to purchase those items. At no time in the course of my reply to the allegation made by the TV host At no time did I say that senators looted their office. I never said so. What I said was this. I said offices were vandalized. And I said on that television, I said many senators here have had to use their money to procure basic needs for their office, because the one that were there before were removed. But for those who feel that that's my comment, which was meant to protect our collective image, was offensive, of course I apologize.
The lead counsel, Femi Falona's son, in the case of alleged collection of dollar bribes by the immediate past governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Kandre, says the former governor is no longer immune from prosecution and must be investigated. Making the disclosure shortly after the legal deliberation at the Federal High Court Kano, according to Falona, every Nigerian apart from those who have immunity can be arrested, investigated and prosecuted if there is evidence. The immunity of the former governor expired on May 29, but he wants to continue to enjoy immunity in perpetuity that's not allowed under the law.
Every Nigerian, apart from those who are covered by immunity, can be arrested and investigated and prosecuted if there's evidence. What happened so far cannot be said to be an abuse of any process. The process has not even begun, so you can't say it's been abused. Do you understand? The immunity of the governor expired on May 29. But he wants to continue to enjoy immunity in perpetuity. That's not allowed under our law. So you have to report yourself when invited. And you must be prepared to defend your integrity. But you can't come to the federal court and say because you have a case where you are trying to protect your reputation, therefore you should not be arrested, or your commissioners should not be arrested, or your family members should not be arrested, or your political lieutenants.
On his part, the counsel to the former governor, Mike Egbowegasand, said that they filed a fundamental right action to protect the right of the former governor of Kano State.
The issue of immunity ending is not a legal argument. That's a known thing. But the fact is, we're not in court to stop anybody from carrying out any investigation. We are just saying, do it in accordance with the four walls of the law. What they are doing is not in accordance with the four walls of the law. And that is why we are in court to say, look, do it in accordance with the four walls of the law. I mean, the applicant is not afraid to face the law. He's not afraid to state issues. He has nothing to hide. But it is just that as a leader of his family and the leader of his group, he must insist on the rule of law. That's what he's insisting on. Let them do it right. He'll be there. He'll give them all the explanations that they need, and they'll commend him for a job well done in Kano State.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has raised the monetary policy rate, which measures interest rates from 18.5% to 18.75%. Acting CBN Governor Fola Shonobi announced this on Tuesday after the bank's Monetary Policy Committee meeting in Abuja. This is first edition of the Monetary Committee since President Bola Tinubu's assumption of office on May 29, 2023. It also first edition of the committee is about a decade without embassy Godwin Emefiele, who has suspended the governor of the Apex Bank on June 9, 2023. Last week, Nigeria's headline inflation rose to 22.79% in June from the 22.41% recorded in May 2023, and means soaring food prices and rising cost of transportation occasioned by the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit known as petrol. This was according to the latest Consumer Price Index released by the National Bureau of Statistics. The CPI measured the rate of the change in prices of goods and services.
We need to encourage the markets to be more efficient and to be more effective, and that takes a bit of time. Some of the volatility you've seen over the period has been driven by that same fact that the market needs to find its level, and also the reality that there's pent-up demand which current supply
may not be sufficient for. And as we ease and satisfy the pent-up demand, we begin to see a more efficient market that runs. But you also need to understand that the dynamics of pricing in the market, and we feel we should actually stop calling it the I&E, because it is now much more than the I&E. For us, it's a market where everybody and anybody through the licensed institutions can participate.
Kenya's President William Ruto says he is ready to meet opposition leader Raila Odinga amid the recent cost of living protests. Dozens of people have died in the demonstration. Mr. Odinga has been leading them to push the government to lower taxes and ease other price hikes. Zambia players are in tears as they lose to Spain at the Women's World Cup. The full-time score in Spain is 5-0 Zambia. It means Spain are through the next round and Zambia are out. BBC Sports says Zambia are the wrong side again of another 5-star performance, first from Japan, now from Spain. Zambia versus Costa Rica next Monday is the battle to avoid bottom spot. Neither side have scored yet. And that's the Citizen FM News at noon. I am Jessica Bassi. Good afternoon.